After the Jeremy Kyle show, social media went crazy. I was contacted by people that knew Aaron and Stacey, and they all had a story to tell. I was pretty disgusted that these people knew what Aaron and Stacey were like, yet they just sat back and let them call me a liar. The Jeremy Kyle show also left the door open for ex-Grimes to get to me. These two women in particular who worked on my production. I hadn't seen them for over a year, and yet the minute the Jeremy Kyle show and the story came out, they saw fit to support Stacey. They'd only met him twice on my set, and yet they were spreading hate about me, calling me crazy and calling me a liar. They weren't there that night, they don't know Stacey and they don't know what happened. And yet they attacked my IMDb accounts, my Facebooks, my followers, and they told anyone that they could within the industry not to trust me. And then they took it to support the guy that stole my film by working with him on another project and standing back on letting him steal the film in the first place. In fact, there were several cast members that stood back and watched this guy upload my film, calling it Set Me Free, and replacing my name with his. They all knew what I was going through, and yet they all decided to call me a liar, support the guy that attacked me with no facts. I'm not saying I'm innocent in all this, and I know that I should have never met up with him. But I had my reasons why these people would choose to back up my attacker publicly and victim shame me all over the internet, trying to ruin a project that we all worked hard together on. I just don't understand that. Not many people know my past story, but I tried to tell it in a way so people could understand. Unfortunately, through making that film, other people had ideas, and that was out of my control. So I thought I would open up and give you a little history just to what I'm all about, I guess, and why I'm doing what I'm doing. See, some of you think that I'm just this girl that popped up from somewhere who wanted to make a naughty movie. I just want to show people that they're wrong. And that just because somebody says something about a person doesn't make it right. What you should be asking yourselves is, why is this person saying this bad thing about this person? And what are the facts? Do they actually know this about that person, or is it something that somebody told them about this person? I told you to take the bloody cap off, didn't I?
Don't worry about it. We're on the room service.
Nothing is as it seems. God in the in-between.
Do you want pizza?
Yeah. I'd been single for about 6 years. The last guy I dated was a bit of an arsehole. Kind of put me off men for a while. And there was something different about him.
Hi, can I order a pizza for room 139, please?
He didn't look at me like a piece of meat.
£5 charge. Yeah, that's fine.
We both knew that we shouldn't really be meeting up,
A margarita pizza, please.
but we were both free and
No,
single.
that's it, thank you.
Well,
No problem.
that's what he told me anyway.
Cash, please. Thank you. Bye.
Hey babe. Yeah, tonight is the big night. I know you don't like him, but you haven't even met him. I know, but that's just a character he's playing. It doesn't actually mean he's like that, honestly. Don't worry. I only told one friend that I was meeting up with him. She didn't like it. But I thought she was being judgmental because of the film. And I thought Stacey was like me, misunderstood. And I definitely thought I could trust him. He'd been so kind to me on set. Not like the other guys. I knew it wasn't going to be serious, but I thought we'd become close friends. Not enemies.
There's a line there for you.
I want to eat first.
You still moaning?
It's not that moaning. I'm hungry. It's my birthday. I was looking forward to it, and we can have pizza anytime.
Yeah, but not in bed with a naked chick.
I can feel it coming in
Pizza! Thank you.
I first noticed a change in his behaviour when we were asked to leave the restaurant. He was asked to take off his cap and wouldn't, and then the waiter said that we were being too loud. So we left.
These are fake accounts. We can see clearly that it is the person you're accusing, but it's hard to prove that in a court of law if somebody is on a fake account. I understand that you recognize who it is through the words and mannerisms they use in their posts, but it's going to be rather difficult to prove it in a court of law. Yes, we can obtain non-molestation orders, but unfortunately in this case, it would be quite difficult to obtain it through legal aid, as you are not in a long-term relationship with the person, and you don't even share any children together. The family courts, they would be unable to help. You do, however, have the option to go for private prosecution. Unfortunately, that's going to cost you a minimum of £2,000 with extra charges if it actually makes it to the court.
And then you guys can't prove it, so what? I paid £2,000 for a piece of paper that means nothing.
My advice would be keep a record of everything, of the harassment, take screenshots, and gather enough evidence, and over time you will have a credible case.
On today's show, if you go into that test and you lie, it will call you a liar. And I don't care whether you sit there and you try it on. I know exactly that something other than what happened that day happened with that woman.
I'm D.O. Simpson. I'm standing here to make a complaint.
I've made several complaints. I've given you screenshots, I've given you phone calls, I've given you text messages, I've been here several times. I've explained I don't want to go down the assault route, but I want the harassment to stop. Look at this. Every time I spoke to the police, it was a different officer, which meant telling the story right from the beginning, over and over.
Who's Jeff Myers?
Jeff Myers, I've already explained that several times as well. Jeff Myers is a guy that assaulted me and he's using fake accounts to get to me. Not only that, his friends too.
Okay. But what do you expect us to do about it? It's only social media. We can't police the internet. We really have a lot of important things to do. We've got murders, terrorism. You know, we can't be policing Facebook.
I was assaulted by one of the actors that worked on a project I was working on. I've told you, they are the ones that have been harassing me for months. I just want them to stop. What, you're telling me that the police can't do anything about it?
If you want to make a formal complaint, I will get one of my colleagues from the Special Crimes Unit to come down and talk to you. Do you want to make a formal complaint?
Well, I guess I've got no choice, have I?
They kept telling me that the harassment and the rape were two separate cases. I kept trying to tell them it was the same man, but they said I couldn't prove it because he was using fake accounts.
Hello, my name's DCI Stone. My colleague here tells me you want to speak to me regarding an assault.
Yeah, that's right.
The problem we have is that the assault and the harassment are completely separate cases.
But it's the same men doing it.
Yeah, but how do we prove that?
There's your proof. Look at all the harassment. Screenshots.
I'll tell you what, we'll contact Suffolk Police, because that's where he lives. And if they can find him, they'll get someone to go and have a chat with him.
Thank you.
I've got a statement from Sammy.
Yeah.
Accused of sleeping with Stacey. She says that Linda was invited on my film set as she was insecure about Stacey being with other girls. Stacey and I were not serious. Stacey told me he was going through a breakup. Linda's Facebook says she's single. He was lying to us both, trying to have his cake and eat it. Stacey is the liar. I finished with him and sent Linda all the screenshots, which proves everything. Coming on the Jeremy Kyle show is just her 15 minutes of fame, and she's trying to ruin my name. Because her man's a cheat, which the lie detector will prove. Their relationship is pathetic, and I want nothing more to do with vile, childish behaviour like this. That's her statement to the show. What'd you say to that?
Sorry. I think these girls are swear. And they've got pictures of themselves all over the internet in bikinis and the like. You know, what do they expect? They're bound to attract nutters.
With all due respect, sir, lots of girls post bikini shots on the internet. Doesn't mean they expect to be harassed or assaulted.
Yeah, but it's like leaving your windows open and the keys in the door. It can't fail to attract the wrong type of people. Bloody social media drives me nuts, I tell you.
What do you think people would say if they saw us like this?
Don't. Producer and co-stars. Don't.
Using your network power to seduce and lure innocent young men into bed.
Really?
I had noticed that he was getting slightly more agitated as the evening went on, but he'd told me that he was having problems with his ex-partner and that they had a child together, so I kind of put it down to that. I didn't want a silly little argument outside a restaurant to ruin my birthday. It was about 2, 3 in the morning when he started acting really weird. Started getting really erratic. And then he just kicked the door in.
What are you doing?
Who are you talking to?
Nobody. What are you doing?
Are you on the phone to someone?
My phone's there.
don't need any assistance. I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
Why did you do that?
Listen, I'm so sorry. I just freaked out.
I think you should stay here and I'll just go home.
No, you can't go. If you go down to reception now, they'll call the police. We've got coke all over the fucking bedroom here. We'll both get arrested and everyone will know what we've been up to. Right, okay. You go to sleep. We'll speak about this in the morning, okay?
I don't know what else I can do to prove what he did. I do have some evidence, but the authorities say that that could be twisted in a court of law.
Station, please. Nathan Todd. Yeah, just came out of the court, yeah. Yeah, I'm on the taxi now, on my way. No, don't wait for me. Have dinner. I'm going to be late, yeah. Have dinner, yeah. Yeah.
40-year-old TV presenter of Love Island,
Right then, yeah.
Caroline
See you
Flack,
later, yeah.
has died.
Take care.
Her family have announced the release of a short while ago. Let's bring in our correspondent.
Mate, could you turn the volume up a bit,
about
please?
This and more. This will come as an enormous shock, of course. A well-loved household name, Caroline Flack, but had been in trouble in recent weeks and had stood down from her position on Love Island and was facing a trial in a few weeks' time.
Absolutely. We are hearing these reports that Caroline Flack has died. The Sun newspaper does have a family statement on their website.
You know, the film industry is a Shark Tank. And I wasn't even in the mainstream. I wanted to start making films because I wanted to see what it was like on the other side of the camera. And I had a story to tell. It took me 18 years to be able to come to terms with what happened and who I became. But since I've got older, I've tried to change that. And I've tried to warn people about the people I know and have come across. But some people can't respect that. They act like children. Rather than support somebody, they'd rather kick you whilst you're down. So I've had another sleepless night due to trolling. The account James Burns came up again tonight. This time he went on a complete frenzy and started just writing the same messages and loads of threats just over everything. I did start to delete them, but then I actually thought, you know what, I've actually got a interview at the police station on the 29th, so I think I'm just going to keep it all on there. Now everybody knows what's going on, because it actually just proves what I've been saying all along. I now know that this is Stacey. I can tell by the way that he talks in the messages. He put, "You think you can threaten another woman's child and get away with it?" Don't know what he's talking about. Share this message please, because you crossed a line you can't take back and you will get your comeuppance. It's out of your control. Now I think that's because he wants people to think that I deserve for him to treat me like this, I think.
You know, some of their tactics is to muddy someone so no one believes you. I mean, earlier I've seen a post where they were talking to Aaron Twin. Like, I want to speak to you, Aaron. Yeah, come and speak to me, boy. Don't be hiding. No one's blocked on here, bruv. Yeah, come and speak to Johnny. Yeah, let's deal with this. But you're doing it public, son. Yeah, because you want to publicly embarrass or shame or do things or use material, including Sammy's images still, and yet you hate the girl and yet you're using the images to make yourself look famous. Oh, fuck, bruv. And stop making allegations against Sammy.
Aaron Twin I initially met first. He brought the guy in the hat onto my set. Aaron had done a film before. He then came on to work on Refit 3. He was fine at first, and then he introduced me to his friend. Everything was fine for about 8 months. Then the assault happened. Aaron basically said he would stick by the project. He couldn't believe what his friend had done. I've got these messages here to show that. When I sat down with a couple of members of the team, we decided that actually going on to the Roofed 4 part, Aaron was too close to this guy, and we just basically had to get rid of both of them. So we politely said to Aaron, look, thanks for your parts in Roofed 2 and 3, but with the end of the film we're going to be taking it into a different direction. Straight after that, I had endless vile messages from Aaron, phone calls, him ringing people, texting people I know, trying to discredit me, calling me really nasty names. I'm not even going to repeat them. But my point is, this guy is promoting himself as an actor. He knows exactly what his mate did to me because he's seen the proof in the messages from his mate admitting what he did to me. But yet Aaron Twin still let his mate go on Jeremy Kyle, say all these lies, and he sat back and said nothing. Now, I continued to get more trolling from people that this guy knew, but to be honest, I don't really know any of them, so I'm just, you know, they're just bored people with nothing better to do. And it just seems that the authorities and the people that are supposed to protect citizens have no idea about this world. I have so many questions, not just about the rape, it's the assault. You know, if they can't get him on the rape, why are they not getting him on the assault? Why does it seem that this whole situation has just been put in a drawer for 9 months and he's been allowed to continually harass me with his friends?
I'm so sorry.
At the time I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to cause a scene. I had the premiere for our film coming up in 6 weeks and I had so many people waiting to watch me fail, and he put me in a position he knew I couldn't get out of. But at the time I actually believed he was sorry. It wasn't until about 5-6 weeks after he attacked me that I realised that he wasn't sorry. For the past year, I've been harassed by him and his friends. I've been called a liar. He's gone round talking to people that I work with, putting it all around the public that I'm a liar, that I made this all up and I'm a complete fantasist. He's also been telling people that the text messages I put up with him apologising for what he'd done to me were fake. So I'm sharing this recording because it's the only thing I've got. What Stacey's done to me since he attacked me has actually been worse than the attack itself. I was willing to forget about it, move on, forgive him, but he was enjoying what he'd done to me, and he was enjoying the fact that I wasn't saying anything. I decided after the screening that I couldn't work with him on the next film. He was booked in as a main part on the 4th film, but I couldn't do it. So I told my production manager what had happened. I told him that I didn't want to go to the police, but I just wanted to remove this guy from production. The team agreed, and this is when this guy completely went all out, sold stories to the newspaper, went on national television, basically just tried to fabricate a complete different lie to mask the fact of what actually happened that night. The minute he went on the Jeremy Kyle show and did what he did, I thought, hell no. So I went to the police and I told the police everything. I still told the police that I didn't want to go down the rape route. I just wanted the harassment to stop. And this is where we are now. At first, the investigating officer, Linda Stearman, told me that the CPS had decided not to take on the case because there'd been too much social media attention, also because of the Jeremy Kyle show. I went home straight away that night. I wrote to the CPS review board, and about 4 days later I had a letter back saying that my case was never forwarded to the CPS. So right now the police officer that was investigating my rape case is also being investigated. Not only that, she was forwarded all the harassment that I was getting throughout the aftermath of the attack, and she's done nothing about it. The police have decided, even though they've seen the evidence, they've decided to allow this guy to walk free, knowing that something happened that night. And it seems that a lot of stuff that could have happened, like eyewitnesses could have been spoken to, haven't been. So I recorded this interview. I don't know whether I should have or not, but after speaking with 3 police officers, being lied to, being huffed at, being tutted at, and basically because I used to be a dancer in a gentleman's club, I feel the police feel that I'm just not worth the work that it would take.
I'm not saying you weren't raped. I'm not saying you've not told the truth. I'm saying as a rape prosecution, there isn't sufficient evidence to prosecute. That's very different to what you're saying I'm saying. What you're implying is that we don't believe you. That's not the case.
That's from you to her. I'll come see you next week, babe, for the evening so we can spend more time together and have more amazing sex.
Yeah, no, it's all made up. Simple.
50% of this audience say he's telling the truth. You said that's the case, the relationship's good. Yeah. 50% think he's full of rubbish and that's the end of your relationship, yeah? Yeah. He is convincing, isn't he? But then he's an actor.
He ain't that good an actor.
He ain't that good an actor, she just said, not me.
I'm not a real actor.
Were you in Spider-Man?
I've done it, yeah, in The Walking Dead as well, for Fox TV.
You might be Walking Dead after this, then. To be honest. So we asked Stacey, apart from when making the film, did you passionately kiss the woman in question at any other time? You said no. Why did you say no?
Telling the truth.
This test says you're a liar, pal.
It's not. I know it's false.
So the test's wrong, yeah?
Yeah, it must be, because I know for a
apart
fact
from when
I
making the film, did you have sexual contact with the other woman at any other time? You said no. This test says you lied on that question. She lied on every single question, For your information, the lie detector expert says you're one of the calmest people he's ever had, and he didn't buy a word of it, pal. He failed every question you asked.
Tell me.
Telling you the truth. I know for a fact. I swear on my boy's life, and I wouldn't do that.
At first, when you start being trolled, you think it's everybody. But I was taught that one person can have up to 10 accounts. 10 people saying bad things about you can get pretty heavy. But I decided to fight back, because I knew what they were saying wasn't true. And I've made it my mission to prove that. The trolling got really bad just after I spoke up about the rape. My attacker teamed up with a man called Chris Smith, who was on my film set and was removed from production. He was caught out for trying to make his own version of the film. They both now spend their days trolling me and trying to muddy my name. You know, he said he was sorry. He said endless times that he'd never do it again. But since it all came out and I spoke up, all he's wanted to do is hurt me. I don't know, maybe it is over. You know, it was good while it lasted, but I'm never going to be accepted, am I? No one gets it. And he just made a mockery of everything, and I don't understand why he'd ruin it for everyone else. I just don't see what the point is anymore. Maybe it's over.
I want to tell you, your life isn't over. Never let your struggle make you think that. I know that feeling when you feel like every time you take a step forward, it's like followed by 3 steps back, and every time you take a step, it's just filled with pain, filled with letdown, filled with disappointment. But I just want to propose this idea to you. Maybe everything you're going through is not breaking you, but it's building you. Maybe everything you're going through, there's a bigger purpose than the pain. And I know when you're in the storm, that seems impossible to see. But I want to tell you this. There's no growth without rain. There's no strength without pain. And I know you think that tomorrow is going to be just like today. But you have to have faith that it's going to get better. There's more to your life than your struggle. And if you stay in the same place, the same mindset, accept the same things, put up with the same people, you'll never see that. I know because I've been there. I know what it feels like to hit rock bottom. I know what it feels like to feel like your life is over. This is just a chapter of your life. You hear me? But you're one choice, one decision away from turning the page and writing something better. You know, when we're so focused on the impossibilities, we never see the possibilities. When we're so focused on the negativity, we never see the positivity. When we're so focused on the struggle, we never see the strength. When we're so focused on what we don't have, we become blind to everything we do have. I just want you to appreciate your life today. You might say, Trent, you're crazy. Appreciate this struggle, appreciate this hard time. Listen to me. Appreciate your life today. Find something in your life. I don't care if it's breath. I don't care if it's looking at the trees. I don't care what it is. Find something to appreciate. That's the first step from turning your perspective, right? From having your perspective be your prison to helping it be your power. Everything you're going through is meant to build you, not break you. And when you look back on life in this moment, you'll realize that this storm, that these problems that are flooding your life weren't meant to drown you. They were there to teach you how to swim. Don't give up on yourself. Please. There's somebody that needs you that you don't even know that needs you not to give up because they need your story. I'm glad I didn't give up because I'm here to tell you this. It all starts with you. I love you. Nobody else told you that I love you. I love you because you're a warrior. So a lot of people would have quit, but you're still fighting. Think about that perspective shift right there. You're strong, not because you have strength. You're strong because you've been weak, but you didn't give up. That's true strength. And that's you. Straight up.
The troll. An ugly creature depicted as either a giant or a dwarf. Says it all really. When I first started being trolled, I felt like there were tons of giants, all waiting to stamp on me. But when I found out why they troll, they slowly became dwarfs. It's us who give these trolls the power to to bring us down. We can choose to listen to their crap, or we can decide to fight back. And after all, I'm no Snow White.
Don't throw your sticks and those stones right here at my iron bones, 'cause I've taken more than you know, and you cannot break me or shake me down. Go on, take a stab at my heart, sharpen all the knives you got, 'cause I'm bulletproof from a shot, and you won't escape me or fake me out. I'm ready.